right, Shalom. I want to start off as always by giving all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Chaha Kodash, Dabanas, and to the apostles, the elders, and the bishops of Great Millstone. I want to send much love unto the brothers out there doing this work in truth and sincerity, and also want to send peace and blessings unto the believers of the hopeful elect. And in this morning's lesson, I wanted to speak about the World Economic Forum meeting happening today, January 19th, 2026, unto January 25th, I believe, 2026, which is about 5 days. 5 or 6 days, I believe. But this meeting has begun. It's a yearly gathering of global leaders, from around the world. And they discuss global issues and things of that sort, climate change and whatnot. And they speak about what they want to do for the future, how they see the future. And so, as a believer, man, it's a must that you tune in unto gatherings like this when these heathens gather together and they discuss their plans. Now, I think we're going to see some tension in these meetings, seeing that you have this issue with Donald Trump and NATO, all right, over Greenland, and Trump making threats to invade it, with the military, saying that if NATO have troops there to protect Greenland from America, that it won't be good for their troops. So I guess in other words, he's threatened to unalive them if they try to stop him from getting Greenland. Okay, and look, I pray it happens. Okay, I pray it happens, man. But we'll see. But this year's meeting, should be very interesting, seeing that we are in the last days of the last days, man. These devils, got their plans, got their ideas, and ultimately they're coming up against the Lord. Okay, that's what they're doing. If you go to Psalms 2 real quick, they're gathering against the Most High and His anointed, which is His Son Yahushai, right? Planning to do away with the Most High, which is crazy, by the way. But hey, this is how they think. This is Psalms 2:1. It says, "Why do the heathen rage, and the people imagine vain thing?" Right? Imagine a vain thing. The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord Yahweh and against His anointed, saying. So these are the rulers, right? And the kings gathering in Davos, Switzerland, against the Most High and His Son, man. So if you hollering that the scriptures are fake and God ain't real, this ain't real, that ain't real, you just a damn fool. Okay? You're an idiot. But we don't expect everybody to believe in the scriptures, because the scriptures tell us that. There's only a select few that will believe in these scriptures, man. Believe in the Most High, trust in His word. Could actually see what the Bible is saying. Okay? The rest of you people are lost. But we can clearly see the heathen gathering against the Lord, right? Back in Psalms 2, it says, "The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against His anointed, saying, let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us." Right? So in other words, let's separate ourselves from the Most High. Let's do away with God. Let's do away with the Bible. Let's do away with all this stuff. Okay? And let's set up a world that's beneficial for us, which they want to do with artificial intelligence. Okay? The MOTB. If their plans were to fully manifest and work out, then there will be no flesh to be saved, as Yahushua said, because Esau will corrupt all life eventually through artificial intelligence, through robotics. They will corrupt all life, but the Most High won't allow it. Okay, He won't allow it, man. Now, granted, He's gonna give Esau this success he need, okay, to establish the MOTB. That's all prophecy, right? But he won't get it to the point to where, he chips the elect and, what I'm saying, he reign as a god and so on and so forth. That ain't gonna happen. Okay? It says, he that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh, and the Lord shall have them in derision. Then he shall speak unto them in his wrath, and vex him in his sore displeasure. So the Most High is laughing at these people, man. They're gonna be at Davos talking all kind of tough talk, okay? And I can't wait till they start talking about artificial intelligence, okay? I'm waiting on that video. Because I know that they're gonna start boasting them, oh, we're gonna do this, we're gonna, all kind of things, man. But the Lord gonna stop it. And this is what they can't see, right? So let me play this small video here.
Amid growing global uncertainty, leaders from across the world are gathering in Davos, Switzerland. The 5-day-long annual World Economic Forum begins today. Now, Davos is under tight security, with army, police, and other personnel deployed across the town. Political and business leaders are arriving in the Alpine resort town to discuss key global challenges. This year's forum is bringing together more than 400 political leaders, including at least 64 heads of state or government. Among the prominent leaders attending is US President Donald Trump. Now, other leaders include German Chancellor Friedrich Merz, Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney, and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. India is being represented by Union Ministers Ashwini Vaishnav, Shivraj Singh Chauhan, Prahlad Joshi, and K. Ram Mohan Naidu, along with 6 chief ministers and more than 100 CEOs. Now, over the coming days, discussions are expected to focus on the global economy, geopolitics, climate challenges, and international cooperation. The meeting is being held under the theme of fostering a spirit of dialogue at a time when the world faces trade tensions and ongoing wars. Our correspondent Dharamjot Kaur is in Davos, tracking the developments very closely. She has sent us this report. Listen in.
A spirit of dialogue. That is what the theme is for World Economic Forum 2026. The summit is going to be unlike any other in the past for the high stakes, not just economically, but also geopolitically. What kind of ramifications does US President Donald Trump bring with his remarks and decisions at this particular forum in the next 5 days? What kind of bilateral ties get set or reset between the other participating countries? We find out as the week proceeds. Here at Davos with video journalist Neeraj, this is Dharamjot Kaur for WION World is One.
This is just a little quick video of a little overview of what we're going to be talking about there. But keep your eyes open, man. It should be very interesting, man. Very interesting. All right. So just want to do a little video over that, man. I pray it was edifying. Lord willing, I'll be tracking more and more throughout the day. I'm off work today, so I'll be tuning in here and there to see what's going on. But I pray it was edifying. Shalom.